Hey everybody, Urban Spitter back with another little video. I figured I'd just do like a little vlog for the night, just kind of keep posting like I normally would, keep it coming like I normally would. Tonight's just going to be a little random video, kind of like a informational kind of deal, if you'd take it that way. Um, Advice and whatnot. With the rising prices of everything going up. So if you are a tobacco user and you do happen to live within driving distance to a native reservation, a lot of people I know of, including myself, get our tobacco off the reservations simply because you're not paying any taxes and it's actually really cheap. When I was living in Texas, I want to say it was Texas. I can't remember the reservation we went to on our way to Colorado. It was somewhere in New Mexico. But I always used to stop and get like 4 or 5 cartons of Marlboro cigarettes, and they were $10 a carton. So you were paying anywhere from $40 to $60 for anywhere from 4 to 6 cartons of cigarettes. So my advice to those people that are looking for a discount: if you're in driving distance to an Indian reservation, that is going to be your best bet. They are always going to be the cheapest when it comes to any tobacco products or anything like that. However, you can find some interesting products, stuff that their tribe themselves produces and makes and sells. You can find a lot of good cigarettes that way, or a lot of good tobacco that way. Secondly, what I would recommend is MrSnuff.com or other. Look up websites that sell moist snuff. It's getting harder to find online, honestly. The websites that I used to use to go online and find them are no longer there. They're no longer adamant. They're no longer, around. So it's become a very difficult task to kind of do the online thing. But if you can find an online market that's not just solely nicotine pouches, like Northerner.com used to be nicotine pouches, dip, and chew, but now it's strictly just nic pouches, which is it's a little frustrating because Mr. Snuff's trying to go that way too. I haven't been on Mr. Snuff in a long time, so don't quote me. I might have some falsified information, but when I was using it, I used to get Skull off of it, or like certain dip brands that I could never find here that I would be getting off of the online market, and it does work. A lot of times I'll do it. The UPS guy or like the FedEx dude, he'll show up, and when he delivers it, he'll check your ID just to make sure you're old enough, because it is an age-restricted product. So make sure you're there, or somebody that can sign for it is there. Otherwise, he'll just take it back, and that becomes a booger. Another thing that I could give a heads up on is like kind of like the Indian-owned stores, like the Pakistani or the Indian stores. Although some of those guys are really greedy, so you gotta be careful. And I'm not gonna be the type of guy that's gonna be like putting full trust into them, because let's be honest, a lot of places that are like that, they do have the skip scammers where they can the skimmers where they can read your card information and steal your information, access your bank information, and go from there. You really want to avoid places like that. So my honest advice is, if it seems sketchy, use cash. Use cash. It's if you go into places like that where you feel in your heart of hearts that, hey, this guy could possibly read my card and information and steal my info if I swipe, just pay cash or walk out. That's my best advice. But a lot of places that I've gotten really lucky on are like your run of the mill, worn out looking tobacco sales like outlets. One of the places that I love going to here, it's called Ted's Tobacco Man. I'm not gonna give out too much game because he's a family guy. He's small owned and shit, but dude, he's so cool. He's a really cool guy. He's helped me a lot. Like if I'm a couple dollars short, he'll be like, don't worry about it. Just take it out the door, pay me what you can, and then I'll cover the rest, kind of deal. And it makes it really helpful because if you're ever in that kind of a pinch and you really need something to kind of take the nerve off, and it makes it nice to make those kind of acquaintances. So your run-of-the-mill tobacco shops, your run-of-the-mill like mom and pop shops, if you make good acquaintances with them, or if you're respectful or whatever, or you catch their eye. I mean, a lot of those rundown looking tobacco places or outlets or small shops, a lot of them you can get really good, cheap tobacco for a good price and tobacco you never even heard of. There's more tobacco stores than just the chain outlets, so always keep that in mind. There is a lot of tobacconists around, especially in the Midwest. You can always find a smoke shop, a vape shop, a tobacco shop, a cigar shop. Each tobacconist is different, though. That's the hard part. So a lot of them revolve around cigars or self-rolled cigarettes or stuff like that. So just give it a little eyeball into it. But if you find a little rundown mom and pop tobacco store that sells like little weed pipes and stuff and shit like that, dude, I'm telling you, you're gonna find the best prices, and they're always gonna be fresh, no matter what, guaranteed. And it's gonna be no hassle, dude. So that's just my advice if you're looking for cheapness or looking where to go to find something that could be cheap. If it looks like a cheaper store, probably the chances are the price is going to be a little cheaper. And that's just answering the one comment from earlier. You said, do you know anywhere you could go? And I'm giving out as many recommendations or ideas as I can, personally from experience and just dealing with it and just going around and figuring it out. So that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night. Y'all have a good one.